Welcome back to Cinema Corner. I'm Blake, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Josh and Alex.
And it's finally been a month. It's that time. Can you believe it? It felt like it was just yesterday. We were assigned our movies, and here we are, a full month later. So, gentlemen, how was it? How was your experience with the films that you were assigned?
It was long.
Agreed. A little
Treacherous
longer,
journey.
for being honest. A little longer.
I can't say the same, but I mean, it felt long for me. It was a long night for the Green Knight. Bars.
Anyways, just freshly to remind, some new viewers, obviously new subscribers, has been blown up since the video was posted. What we did is we each said 5 movies that we are, we have not seen and we feel like probably should have seen at some point. And at the end of it, each of us had somebody else where you had to pick a new movie for that person to watch. A movie that obviously, like I said, is new to them. They've never seen before, and we had about a month to watch it. And so in this video, we're each going to give a quick little kind of recap of the movie that we were sentenced to watch, because let's be honest, we all kind of punished each other with terrible movies for the most part. Besides, obviously, Alex got a good one, which I don't know how that happened, but so we each had to watch that movie, and then at the end of this video, we will now switch who we will be giving a new movie for them to watch. And again, they'll have a month to watch it, and then this video will come back in about a month. So I feel like something like this, Josh started the hateful movie picking. He let it off, so I feel like it's only fair, Josh, for you to start us off here with a review of your movie, which I gave to you, which was The Irishman.
Yeah, and it was a movie about an Irish man. It was his life story, basically, after the 20s, pretty much. I don't even know how to, start to talk about a 3-hour, 30-minute movie. But let's go with the good first. The good. There is some good, I can at least say. And that's being the fact that the few action scenes that there were either kind of funny or really well shot and surprising. This motherfucker has the most insane drive-by shot of all time. He doesn't do drive-by. No, he does walk-bys. You would walk by, almost half his kills is just walking by and go bang, 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 and then walks away. And the first time you see that, it's like, oh shit, what the hell just happened? So that was funny and entertaining. And then it kept happening a couple more times. And each time you're like, oh, he's going to fucking do it. And then he does. And you get a little hyped about it. So I got to give credit for that. They do have one really nice, well-shot scene where he just beats the fuck out of a guy just to beat him up for saying something wrong. It was just really cool shot and intense. And then there's no cuts. So the movie itself was in the artsy style of a movie was fantastic. There's not a single bad actor. I mean, the worst part you can say is the daughter, and the daughter has maybe 5 minutes of screen time. So the fact that 5 minutes out of a 3-hour 30, that's the only weakest part in terms of acting, is crazy for being a Netflix film. So it was great in that terms. And that at least kept you in it because you kind of needed something, When I hit the half point of the movie and I legit paused it just to go to the bathroom, it was a shock that there still was over an hour and 30 minutes remaining. And I was like, holy shit. Okay. Goddamn. Because you don't really necessarily know where it's going. There isn't a focal plot point until you get to the third part of the movie. Out of 4 parts, let's be honest here. So the third part is when you finally get a major plot point, I would say, of the film. Otherwise, it's just this old man talking about himself, basically, the entire film. And then the third point, you get a core plot point of, okay, tension starting to rise, which leads to a twist that you didn't expect, which was brutal to see happen. and was nice. But then after that twist kind of happened, the ending was kind of like it just ends. The film just ends. There's not necessarily a conclusion. It's literally just this old man talks about his life till the very end of him just not talking about it anymore. That's it. So
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know. It's not at all what I expected. Definitely, obviously, slow on the slower side. But since the acting was so good, it kept you in it. They definitely had some funny moments for sure too, of some dry humor moments, as well as the chemistry of every actor was phenomenal. So every conversation, even if it was so dull and boring, because that chemistry between the actors of them just and the characters itself made it watchable. If any one of those things was bad, this film would have been horrendous experience for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Also had a random JFK. He makes an appearance. Big deal about that. You know, he comes in. But it was cool that relates to a lot of historical points, as well as if there's any historical characters in the movie, it would like flashpoint show how this person dies basically and how long they lived. So you kind of knew, oh, this is a real person. That made things a little interesting with that. But so yeah, I mean, I don't know. Should I give my rating as well since I'm going first? Is that how we're doing it?
It might as well. Might as well just do your full thing.
As well to finish off. I went into this expecting to probably give this maybe a 5 at tops. But I didn't hate it. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I came out, I enjoyed it. And that's a lot to say for the fact the film was 3 hours, 30 minutes, and I thought I was going to be punished. But the acting was so well done that it more felt like I was just binging a TV show than like an old-timey TV show than watching a really long-ass movie. So that helped. And I give it a 6.2 out of 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm the one who gave it to you. None of us have seen it besides you.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, interesting to hear that you actually enjoyed it. And
I think out of us three, I would be the only one that could even possibly give the highest rating, just to put it in perspective. Like, good chance majority people that watching this, especially like our age, would probably give it a
okay,
max.
but you have to
like
remember,
6, you know?
this is one of your first Martin Scorsese movies, is it not? You've really only seen Shutter Island done by him, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you have to remember, I'm a big fan of his. I like a lot of his movies. Wolf of Wall Street,
That's fair.
You know, Goodfellas. I like a lot of his movies. So, you know, I probably would, because this is more kind of down his alley, which is why, you know, I'm not too surprised you just said it was shot well in the chemistry, because he uses Robert De Niro a lot in his movies. Joe Pesci was in this.
Mm-hmm.
He reused Joe Pesci and him. They did Goodfellas together. So he uses a lot of those people. So it's not a surprise.
Well, sure, then you might be able to enjoy this.
So, yeah, that's interesting that you definitely that you enjoyed that one. Definitely a pretty good rating for what was kind of our punishment video, I would say.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go since I was the one who gave you that one. Obviously, you know, Alex was just so over the line and gave me Zack Snyder Justice League. 4 hours and 2 minutes, you know, a bit of a jump in time around here. You know, I went into this movie, didn't love Justice League. I didn't think it was terrible. But I definitely didn't think it was great. Definitely, you know, but I don't think it was like one of the worst things ever. Zack Snyder's Justice League is one of the worst things ever. This movie was terrible. It was god awful. Just so reference for this beautiful 4 hour, 2 minute movie, there's not a line of dialogue for the first 11 minutes. No, 13 minutes, I believe, actually. Because I paused when finally somebody talked. And I looked and I was like, it has been 13 minutes of just crappy. It's not even like they're showing you anything beautiful or anything like that. It was just garbage. It was just garbage for 13 minutes. And then finally you get dialogue. And the dialogue was terrible in this movie. There was no good actors, no good acting, no good writing in this movie. I love Aquaman, okay? It is hard to make an Aquaman that I hate, okay? He's one of my favorite characters of all time. Anytime Jason Momoa spoke in this movie, it was just trash. It was just him being like, well, is that even a plan? great move. It was just stupid stuff like that. I'm like, congrats. Did Zack Snyder I'm assuming he did write this. Is that correct, Alex? You know more about this than I do. Did he write this?
No.
So why is it Wait. So why is it hold the Zack Snyder verse? He doesn't even write this stuff. He just directs these.
Like they storyboarded, but he didn't write it himself.
But was he a part of the writing?
Well, yeah, I think most directors aren't they? They don't just come in and just like, okay, let's just shoot.
Well, he probably did all the writing for Aquaman and Flash, because both of them, anytime they spoke, was so stupid that a toddler could have done it. The Flash, every time Ezra Miller opened their mouth, was a stupid line that was worse than Aquaman. It was a little kid wrote it. There's a beautiful scene where Batman goes to find Aquaman up in Norway or where the hell he was hiding out, and Aquaman's all like takes his shirt off, all mysterious, like, "No, man, I won't help you." And then the people of the town just start singing a song as he just walks into the water, and it's roughly 3 minutes long of these people just singing in a different language, and it's terrible. It's horrible. And then Wonder Woman, every time she comes on screen, you get a screeching goat in the background or something. I don't know what they thought her theme music was. It was garbage every time she came on. Terrible. So the writing was bad. The acting, like I said, was terrible. This movie did remind me, though. I will say this was something that this movie helped me point out. I'm really proud of Gal Gadot for getting a good amount of money in acting, I'm assuming. Because she has the acting capability of a brick wall. So I'm really proud of her for getting as much money as she's gotten in her life. She has zero emotion on her face. Any movie she's ever done. Her voice is her exact same accent and voice in real life in everything she's ever done. She was just in Wonder Woman, or in Justice League, her Wonder Woman was just so bland, so boring. Nothing good about it. Darkseid, who cares? Steppenwolf, generic gray villain who didn't care about at all, was not menacing at any point in this film at all, was just a trashy little follow what Darkseid said. So that was stupid. This movie dragged on, kind of like this review is dragging on of it because it sucked. There's not a whole lot to say. So overall, this movie was terrible. It was 4 hours and 2 minutes. It easily could have been roughly 15 minutes if you put anything that was good in this movie in it. It would have been roughly 15 minutes, and that's a generous 15. And the final point of this movie is any of you Restore the Snyderverse, Batflex people, you don't deserve to have an opinion on movies, okay? Batfleck is terrible. He was horrible in this movie. The entire final fight, when they're fighting all of the little bland gray villains, because that's all that Justice League and all that Zack Snyder can create for villains, nothing memorable. The whole fight, Batman just took a gun from an alien and was shooting it the entire time, killing other aliens. I'm like, yeah, man, that's a great Batman. Just shooting an alien gun. Nothing else. Doesn't have any gadgets of his own that he's doing anything cool. He's literally just shooting an alien gun. I'm like, this is...
Didn't he drive the Batmobile?
He drove it at the beginning to distract them while they broke down the force field, and then as soon as his car got blown up out of that, and then from then on out, he literally was just sitting in the same spot with a gun, shooting people. And I'm like, that literally could just be any bland character. That's not Batman. There's nothing special about this. So, I'll be honest, I gave it a 4.2, and I don't even know why I gave it a 4.2. I don't know what it deserves to get that 4.2. It should be more like a 1, but I'm just going to say, out of respect for somebody, I'll just give it a 4.2 to be nice, which is the lowest grade I've ever given a movie ever, including Alex's Green Knight, which he's about to get into. This was worse than Green Knight. It dragged on. It had nothing good about it. It was stupid.
I beg to differ, my friend. I beg to differ. Thee don't know how bad this movie was. It was bad for me. Let's just say that the only good part of The Green Knight, right? Okay, so this is the movie that I was assigned by Josh. Mm-hmm. And the only good part of this movie is maybe the first 10 minutes You get introduced to like the world and everything, and I'm like, okay, so this is looking pretty good. And pretty much up until he cuts off the Green Knight's head, that was all pretty well shot, well acted, and then after that, it just fucking sucked. It was awful. The highlight, hey, Solomon Lane was in the movie. You know, the guy from Mission Impossible. He played King Arthur. That was dope to see. I thought the voice of the Green Knight was cool, and that's about it. Because once he goes on the journey, like I legitimately was so confused. What was going on right there? He gets mugged by fucking like by the new Joker, and he's tied up. They do like a panning shot. He's dead, but then it pans back around. He's like, oh no, he's not dead. We're just showing you a possibility. Oh, okay, cool, okay. And somehow, some way, he comes back into the possession of the axe. Don't know how that's possible. Never once mentioned what happened to the guy until the very end. But I don't understand the movie. Like the first 10 minutes were so concise, so like, okay, this is this guy, Sir Gawain or Godwin, whatever the fuck his name is. He's like the nephew to King Arthur. All right, that I understand. He's like, he wants to prove himself to be a knight. He does all this, and then once he goes on a journey, everything just kind of it's just him, and it's super annoying how long they hold a shot. These was just on a horse for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, what's the point of this? Like, we can cut to the next scene, right? Like, you know, it's like, okay, you know, he's like, he's just on a horse, and then the people behind him are just like fucking, you know, telling, hey, and he just keeps on going, like, oh, okay, cool, okay. And yeah, it was like, oh, you know, he's now on a cliffside. Fantastic, cool. Okay, can we get to the next point in the story where it actually matters? And you know, I think there was really only 3 points in the movie that mattered after that. It's when he gets to like the house, or well, the first one is when he gets mugged. The second one is when he gets to the girl's house, like the one that's like beheaded. And I'm just like, okay, like what's going on right now? Is she a ghost? Is she not? And then like he goes into the water. You're having a whole like psychedelic drug like fucking feeling when he's going down there. I'm like, okay, well, what is this movie trying to be right now? He grabs the head. It's just a skull, and then next thing you know, it's like her real head, and it just looks all weird and junky. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then oh god, the worst part is when he gets to the other house. The fox leads him to that house, and it's just awful. Like I was like, oh, look at that! It's fucking Owen from Star Wars, and guess what? This guy's a fucking weirdo. I hate this. I hated that part.
What else happened in that scene?
Yeah, what else happened in that scene?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, you gotta talk about it.
We need to know what happened.
His girl at the beginning of the movie, she has like short hair. She's just like a peasant, I guess, or she's just like, she works in a brothel, I think, is kind of what they were implying. To be honest with you, no one really stated much about anyone else besides him and like the king and the queen. That's about it. Like, I was so confused from the start. Like, so did the mom conjure up the Green Knight or something? Because like I didn't understand what the whole point of like
Alex,
her
what happened in the
blindfolding herself. I don't know.
How about
I don't want to talk about it.
Nah, you gotta talk about it.
Okay, he's in the house. Okay, he's in the house, and then we
talk
see
about these things.
His girl, but now she looks different. She's God. There's this one blinded old lady who like looks at him like the entire time, and then there's that scene where he wakes up. And she and I guess the girl who's not really his girl, she has the fucking belt on her, and you're just like watching this weird scene, and it's just so disturbing to even watch. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, is he trying to stab her? Is he, or what? Like, and then you see what's happening.
What's happening?
What?
I don't
So
remember.
what happened?
Remind me.
This man busted a nut on the belt,
What is special belt?
and then the lady,
And then what
and
happened?
then the old lady, she's like, "You're no knight," and she just walks out. And then he starts to panic and puts all his clothes on and then like dashes out.
What about the belt though?
He puts it back on.
Yeah. He does. He does.
God, that was awful. Like there was no actual story from the moment he leaves the fucking castle up until he returns. And yeah, like by the time he got to the fucking chapel, I was just like checked out. I was like, okay, let's just wrap this up right now. There was no actual like plot. It was just kind of like a, you know what this is? This is sequences of fucking like light fucking porn and just like psychedelic drug like feeling. That's exactly what this like from the moment he leaves the castle, that's exactly what that is, because I did not understand the point of anything after that point at all. It was just sequences of scenery held for way too long. Weird ass shit goes on, and that's it. The movie is 2 hours and 9 minutes. Hour 59 of those is just that. The first 10 minutes was the most concise part about it. That's about it. Yeah. And then will he cut his head off? Won't he? I didn't care. I just wanted this movie to end. It was bad. It was awful. I hate you for making me watch this. I don't care what you say. This was fucking awful.
Welcome to a core memory.
You're welcome.
That fucking rag
You're
scene.
welcome for that. You're welcome. What's your rating out of 10, Alex?
Yeah, out of 10.
4.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
It's pretty good, I would say.
Being
It's pretty
generous.
good.
I'm
You know
being
what's
generous.
crazy though? Think about the fact that you could watch that movie twice in a row, and you barely would have watched it longer than what I had to watch. So, you know, there's that. It can always be.
I would rather watch this. I legitimately, I would rather watch that movie than watch The Green Knight again.
Here's the thing though, you're pretty. I mean, in the best words possible, a fucking idiot. So like, it's kind of hard to take that for anything. Because it's. I would watch The Green Knight before I ever think about watching that again. Because at least halfway
Hell
through the
no.
movie, I'd be done. I'm done. So you know that's nice. Overall, I think we got some good scores here. We got a 4, a 4.2, and a surprise out of Josh. But to be honest, like I said, I hadn't seen the movie, so like I didn't really know what I was giving him. I just know I got stuck with a 4-hour-long movie, longest movie I could think of off the top of my head. So yeah, that was it. That was the only movie.
Oh, brother.
You know, but I just wanted to open your eyes to a new director, Josh. That was
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I just wanted to do this segment just to make Alex watch The Green Knight. So
yeah, that was the whole point of this whole segment. This idea was
Really?
just so we could force, no matter who was picking
was
for
an
Alex.
idea. Yeah.
No matter
It
who
is
was
gonna be
picking
Green
for
Knight.
Alex. It was good.
So you admit it. So I am good in giving you the Snyder cut now, because I'm like, a part of me felt bad that you had to watch the longest one, but you pretty much just
No,
admitted
you
that you were
didn't.
going to give me the Green
No, you
Knight.
didn't.
So
You didn't feel bad about it. Because beforehand I said, Alex, let's really think about what you're doing here. You didn't feel bad.
because deep down I knew that you would have given it to me anyways.
Oh, dude.
No, you don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
You just admitted it, so you know that's just a bunch of bullshit.
False. Who wants to? You know, I feel like this has wrapped up our segment. I feel it was a good first watch. Now we get to the second point where we, you know, each give each other a new one. And you're picking for the new person. So you know, who wants to dole out the first movie? Set the tone, I believe, is what this really is.
I'll give mine to Josh.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Alex. Set the tone.
Hey, Josh.
Just think about what's gonna happen. It's a triangle, all right? It's all connected.
Okay, Josh.
Yeah.
You definitely fucked me last week. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Hey.
I'm not gonna do that to you.
I gave
I'm
you a
not gonna do it
core
to you.
memory. Real quick. I just got to ask you one thing. I meant to ask earlier. How did you feel about the giant scene? You know, it was like the one scene where you thought maybe something cool is going to happen. There's these naked giants in the background. It's after the 10, 15-minute walk
I
scene.
know.
He pulls up,
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
dude, this might get really interesting. You know, it might be like he actually
And then
like
they
have
just
fight
walk
through
away.
them.
Yeah.
And then he walks away, and then nothing else happens with that, and there's not another single ounce of action until like 5 hours later.
Yeah. That was awful. Like,
I'll always remember
you
that
know,
scene.
the fox too is just like he talks at some point too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm
So
just like,
dumb.
okay, well,
So
Yeah.
dumb.
The first 10 minutes, you're right
You know
on that.
what
I was
this
with
is?
you. First 10 minutes, you think, oh, this film could be pretty good. Like, it's shot well. I
yeah,
like the
it's-
actors in
yeah.
it. It looks cool. The
I
colors
don't
are great.
anymore.
And then, like, when it got to the Giants, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, shit. It's going to be a letdown.
Oh no! As soon as I
It was
watched him
bad.
ride a horse for 8 miles of real time, I was like, "This movie sucks."
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways,
Yeah.
back to the next segment. I just had to
Okay,
ask.
okay. So I'm not gonna fuck you this time. You know,
This time, okay.
I'm
This time.
gonna be
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a good person here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been putting off this movie, but I feel like you have to watch this one. You just have to.
It seems like you're gonna fuck me here.
You said it yourself. You know that you would enjoy this movie.
Oh, okay.
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 So without further ado, I'm gonna give you Mad Max Fury Road.
My God.
That's the movie
I
that you're
finally gotta
finally
watch
gonna
it.
have to watch. You finally gotta watch it. Finally.
You know what? You know, I'll probably enjoy it. You know. Well,
You probably will. Yeah. I mean,
I'm honored.
It's a good movie.
and that will basically delay what I'm gonna do, because for Blake, there was 2 movies I was thinking for
What's up?
Blake. There, I was just saying, I was gonna see how the trend was gonna go. You know what I mean? If Alex was gonna hit me with something bad, there's another movie that I've recently watched that I thought would be so funny to give to you. But I don't know if you've actually seen this film that I am going to give it to you. So there's a chance you might have to deny it, and I don't have to quick scramble to possible other list of movies I have here. And that is Full Metal Jacket. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
All right, then that is your movie. I think there's a chance you could enjoy it. Also, I barely know anything about it. I just know I keep seeing people to say
you've never
watch this
seen it?
movie. No, I have not. I've seen bits and pieces of it. So
Was
It's from
What?
1987.
it is.
Everybody knows I have a pre 9/11 rule that I don't like to
Listen,
watch those movies.
listen. I'm just curious if you could like it. There's
That's
a chance.
Trash. That's trash. Oh, it is Stanley Kubrick. Okay, so there's a chance. Okay, there's a chance. And it's got Vincent D'Onofrio. Okay. let's
Yeah, I
take
think that was his big
Alex.
role.
Sure. Absolutely right.
Was it?
Oh.
Alex,
Yeah, that got him into it.
you know, I think Matt Damon is a great actor. And I don't think you've seen one of his movies that I think you really would enjoy. Have you seen a movie called The Great Wall by Matt Damon was in?
With Pedro Pascal? Yes, I have.
You have seen
Oh my God,
Okay.
he has seen it.
That's
You have
unfortunate.
seen
That's
it.
unfortunate. That's
Yeah, with
unfortunate.
like the beasts that are attacking the Great Wall. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
it sucks.
you would see that.
I really thought that you would enjoy that movie. So I'll go to a backup plan. I don't even know if I'm... A Man from U.N.C.L.E. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, it's with Henry Cavill and what's his face, the weird guy,
Arnie Hammer.
Arnie Hammer. Yes, from the Lone Ranger. Yeah,
Couple
yep,
issues.
I've seen that.
Okay, so then, I'll go in a direction I know you haven't seen. Because what's the one thing missing from your life, Alex? I'll answer
Oh
for you.
God, no, no,
It's
no,
love.
no.
You're missing love in your life, Alex. So I feel
Okay.
you should get an introduction to that with a phenomenal, somewhat romance movie called That Awkward Moment. It's got Zac Efron, Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, great cast. It has
They're
great
gonna say the Notebook.
three friends. No, fuck. It's got three friends, like us, one minority, two white guys. And it has an element of love, and it's something that you're missing in life. So, That Awkward Moment, Alex, I believe it's a good movie for you to watch.
Okay.
All right. There we go. We have
All right.
our assignments. We reviewed our last ones. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel as always. Comment down below if if you agree with our takes of our first time seeing these movies, or if you have any comments on the movies we're going to be seeing. And be on the lookout for the follow-up for this one. Roughly about a month or so will be the follow-up with these reviews and giving new ones. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll see you guys in the next one.